FC Bayern's progress in the DFB-Pokal looked routine on the scoreboard, highlighted by a confident penalty conversion from Harry Kane against Wehen Wiesbaden. For the casual observer, it seemed like business as usual, the Bavarian giants asserting control early and rarely looking troubled. Yet beneath the surface of an otherwise straightforward match lies a much more pressing discussion, one that could influence the competition's future: the absence of VAR in the first round of the tournament. The incident in question arrived as early as the 9th minute. Kane, finding space after a clever pass from Bowie, struck powerfully toward goal. His effort, however, was blocked by Wehen defender Cordy Gillikens. At first glance, it appeared a standard defensive intervention, but replays suggested the ball made contact with the arm in a position that left little room for doubt. Referee Daniel Siebert, without the luxury of video assistance, allowed play to continue. With VAR, it almost certainly would have been given as a penalty. Instead, the game carried on until Kane eventually broke the deadlock from the spot later on. For Bayern, the oversight was more of an irritation than a genuine setback. Their superiority meant the match was never truly in jeopardy, and Kane's eventual strike ensured the scoreboard reflected their dominance. But the larger issue remains unresolved. How can the competition justify leaving such critical decisions to chance, especially when modern football increasingly demands accuracy and consistency? The German Cup is renowned for its unpredictability, with smaller clubs relishing the opportunity to upset the heavyweights. Yet if officiating errors occur in fixtures involving less dominant teams, the consequences could be far more damaging than they were for Bayern. Supporters and pundits alike have long debated whether the early rounds of the Pokal should also benefit from VAR. The argument against it usually revolves around logistical challenges, particularly in matches staged at smaller stadiums lacking the infrastructure required for video review. There are also financial considerations, as installing the technology across dozens of venues would place a significant burden on organizers and host clubs. Still, moments like Kane's disallowed penalty highlight the flaws in the current system and add weight to the case for universal application. The competition's romance lies in its accessibility, giving amateur and semi-professional sides the chance to test themselves against Bundesliga giants. Yet fairness must remain at the heart of that romance. Ensuring that referees have the tools to make the correct calls would not diminish the magic of the cup, it would safeguard it. Bayern may shrug off Siebert's missed call, but the question lingers: what happens when the stakes are higher and the margins thinner? The DFB Pokal thrives on drama, but controversy should not be the defining ingredient.